All right. I'm hoping tonight's going to be a short night. Hope this is a short video. I'm going to wire up the controls for this board and also for the other board too. Might as well just do it all. But definitely the controls for this one. And then I'm going to try to play the game and see if there's any problems with the gameplay. If there's no problems, then we're done. If there's problems, then that means more repairs. Probably won't be the last video in that case. Well, let me get started. Okay, so I've got a couple of connectors here, two paddles on one, two on the other. This is the 1 and 2 player, and this is the 3 and 4 player. So I'm only plugging in the 1 and 2. I've only got one controller. These require 5K potentiometers, and that's what I've added with these special knobs. Those are 5K potentiometers. Normally, Atari, for the Atari 2600, had a 1 mega ohm potentiometer, which wouldn't work here very well. All right, so here's the schematic for the potentiometers. One end goes to ground, the other end goes to 5 volts. If you follow that around, it goes to 5 volts. And then the wipers go to, a pin. So basically, these are voltage dividers. If you remember from my breakout videos, they didn't use voltage dividers. They just did they just needed the resistance from the wiper to one side. And that's all. That's how they did it with the 555 timers. This one is an actual voltage divider. So these controllers will respond, the paddles will respond to these, but you will not get full motion because of that. And if you made these a voltage divider on the breakout boards, it was the same thing. You would get partial motion only. You wouldn't get the full range of motion. So let's see how this works out. So the game's running. Oh, and I've added some switches. This switch here is for 12 volts to supply to the regulator. That's how I can test to see if the regulator is working. Right now it's off. I don't want this to heat up. This resistor gets damned hot when that switch is on, but it tests to make sure the power supply works. I've got a credit button, so when I push that, the little LED that I added will turn on. So that tells me there's a credit, and it just immediately starts playing. Now maybe I've got the start switch. Maybe this is supposed to be the start switch. I might have it hooked up wrong. I'll have to check that. But so there you go. We've got audio, and you can move the paddle a little bit with these potentiometers, without it being a voltage divider. So at least I can test that it's working. And then the other one, same thing. It only moves a little bit, but it's looking pretty good. From what I can tell, these little dots here are the number of times you can miss the ball before the game's over. So you see it took one away when the ball went past the wall. And this guy has 4 right now. This guy has 6, it looks like. So now he's got 5. So this is how many misses you're allowed before you lose, for each player. Pretty simple. No numbers or anything. Just dots. So you're not going to find a 7447 or 7448 on these boards because of that. I would assume. I haven't really looked at them that closely. But the audio sounds great. The wall bouncing, the paddle bouncing, everything's looking good as far as gameplay. I think this board may be 100%. I've only tested 2-player though, so I'll do some more tests from 4. Well, let's flip it over there and see what happens. So if I credit that, I put a couple credits on it. Okay, so now, the start button did work. So I guess if it's on 2-player mode, as soon as you drop the coin, it auto starts. I don't know if that's correct or not. I would assume it is. Okay, but you can see here we've got 4 players. There's 1 paddle, 2 paddle, 3 paddle, and 4 paddle. So each player has to guard their hole. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I'm not ever going to be able to break out of this though, because I can't move. I can't move the paddle at an angle to where the ball will change its trajectory. Anyway, so as far as I can tell, this board's 100%. Concerning the voltage divider versus just a resistance, what I'm thinking about doing is drilling a hole and adding a toggle switch on each of these controllers so that I can connect the other side of the potentiometer to ground, so that will convert it from a resistance to a voltage divider. I don't think I have any switches that are appropriate for that. What I'm going to need is a momentary push or a slide switch, but I'm not sure how I would mount a slide switch on that. Anyway, that's going to be a future thing. For tonight, I believe the game is actually 100%. Hey, thanks for watching. I thought I was done with the video, but I want to talk a little bit more about this because this game is actually pretty cool. Let me credit it up. So this is the 4-player mode. I've attached the potentiometer to the other 2 players to test them, and they're responding. Now, I don't know what's going on with this one, why it can go all the way across. I'm not sure about what that's about. I don't know if that means the other ones are broke or if the other ones are correct and that one's broke. But I just wanted to comment on the gameplay. So each time the ball goes by a paddle, it takes one away from the respective counter. When the counter's completely empty, then that wall gets sealed up, and that leaves the other players in the game. The other ones are eliminated, if you will. So let me see if I can cause it to happen. This controller is the only one I really have any control over. Okay, so one more hit on the guy on the right and the game's over for him. See if I can get him out of there. Okay, so see how that wall closed up? He's out. He's out of the game. He's the first loser. There's only one winner. There can be only one. So I'm going to just finish this game out, and then that'll be the end of the video. Okay. One more hit, and he's out. He's out, so those 2 walls are filled in, and, oh, I thought I was going to get him. And that's it. So the winner's indicated by the dots at the top. This guy won. If this guy had won, that would be the dots on his side of the wall. So that's it. So kind of a neat little 4-player game, and apparently 4 players for 1 coin. Not too bad for, back then when a quarter was worth a lot of money. Hey guys, thanks for watching.